So you may or may not have seen Ball Street FC made their bow as a collective football team against #United, Spencer FC's team, and everyone thought we were going to get smashed, and we didn't quite.
Just on the right side of not being smashed.
Not getting smashed. You know what? I'm going to put this out here right now. A lot of people chatted a lot of shit about us in the build-up to this, mainly because me and Chris looked dreadful in our training videos on Redmen, but I came away from that game feeling very positive. I thought we put a good showing in.
Absolutely. You and Chris both put in amazing performances. Chris is just like he was like a miniature Lovren. No, a miniature Sami Hyypiä. That's what he looked like. A slightly wider miniature Sami Hyypiä.
Squished Sami Hyypiä.
More of a Sacco to me.
He was quality, and I was a little bit nervous to get panned because you're on camera and the world can see. Yeah. There's no escaping it. It's going to be put out there on Spencer's channel, who's got whatever it is, 600,000 followers or whatever, 1.6. You know, we held our own. We did okay, and we never look. There was no training. We had no training.
That was the first time we played together.
We turned up and we didn't really know who was playing. And Robbie did a great job in galvanising us. He made substitutions at the right time.
Personally, I know it's a friendly, but I don't really do friendlies. I want to win this. If anybody out there tries to play like an individual, I'm going to take them off. Simple as that. I don't know what you guys are coming. If you just come in for the jolly up, or you come in to win.
Come here to win, Rob.
To win, Robbie!
Next time, although we lost both games, dignity intact.
You know what was tough, James, is this kind of what Flav's alluding to there, is that you spend your time and your job talking about football and chatting shit about football, man. And then all of a sudden you're stepping into a sphere where you've got to prove that you've got something to contribute to it, and that was always my biggest concern.
Completely.
It's been 10 years since I played an 11-a-side game of football. There's muscles that I haven't used in that time that are very sore today. But like I say, ultimately I think there were one or two...
Let me have it on record. I thought in goal you were outstanding.
You did play very well.
The only thing I'd say against you in your goalkeeping, and I'd say that
when I went up for the corner at the end.
Hold on, I'm going to come to that.
You're over ambitious.
But earlier on, at set pieces, you weren't coming and claiming the ball. But once I had a word with you, had a word with the team and said, be a bit more aggressive from those set pieces. You've done brilliant. You were excellent. I think you or Elliot, for me, man in a match.
Do you think Roy Evans did the same thing to David James?
No.
You keep flapping.
No,
stop that. And he never did it again.
Yeah, you were outstanding. I thought you played really well. You played really well. Everyone was. I was really, really impressed.
James was the heartbeat in the midfield.
Yeah.
I was expecting you to drop dead at any point, everyone else.
If you really break it down, the only reason they beat us, right, was through set pieces. They were very good on set pieces, and when you've got basically a group of guys that haven't played ever, that is where you are going to really be able to take advantage of them. But actually, like getting through the team, apart from right at the start, they were. We if anything, we were the ones. We were like a Leicester on the counter attack. We were really hurting them,
Not through choice.
So
they claimed not to have practiced set pieces. They just said it's because they play football. They had hand signals. I'm sorry. I refuse to believe I saw at least 2 different hand signals in effect in those things, and I think that's.
And you know the other thing is is that they started off thinking that they're probably going to smash us.
Do you know the
then
reason
at
for
half time there was a real, I could hear them, I could listen to them and they're talking, they were like, come on guys, they started to think, you know what, if we don't take it seriously we'll get done, right? So we played well.
In that first game, like you said, Paul, when you talk about football and saying that's like, what's he doing there or whatever, you then have the realisation, I think I had it about 5 minutes before kickoff, is that people are going to see this. People are going to see this. And then
the conversation went round, it was like, if I can only play in one of the 2 matches, I don't want to be in the one that's on Spencer's channel because more people are going to see that.
Yeah, and I swear, when we did our brief warm-up, I tried to play a pass and I couldn't feel my foot.
Captain James Alcott wants the lads to warm up. What's that? Oh, he's not captain. Bit busy, isn't he?
Oh, that's a bit fast, lad.
3 strides in and Pajak's already struggling with the pace.
I was just like, yeah. It was. And then the first 10 minutes we were panicking a little bit because it was just, it was just a bunch of guys just put together. But we figured it out. We did figure it out.
From a managerial point of view, right? It was as well. I was like watching there, trying to get it tactically right, and then also so many people in your ears, right? I mean, it wouldn't be the same for obviously for a manager at doing a game, but
You'd have
it's
12,000 people in the stands.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking that it must be like for like you're there on the touchline, your fans telling you what to do, to bring on, because literally like I had loads of players around me, and like the players out on the pitch would make one mistake and they'd be like, Robbie, you want to get him off, you know, he's getting done in the midfield all the time. Get him off, bring right. And I had to turn around and say, listen, calm down, you know what I mean? And you're trying to watch the whole game and see what's going on, and you want to give people a chance as well, and you know, give them a chance to grow into the game. But everybody else has just got no patience. They're like, oh,
that's good. We have more subs than players.
Get Flav off now. Get him off.
Yeah, I want to know then personal highlights of the game, which will give us some nice excuse to throw some BT in.
There was one move where Matt squared it. Matt through Bull Street up there somewhere. He squared it.
He's not dead.
yeah.
He's not like it at the end of the first half.
Random names out.
We lost him off the first half.
He squared it to James. James carried the ball about 10 yards, and Elliot made this run, and James split the defence. Elliot went through and finished. Like, I mean, we haven't even mentioned Elliot. Scored all of our goals.
Yeah, Elliot from Bear Pit TV.
Bear Pit TV. Worth a subscribe on their channel just for his footballing ability alone.
Yeah,
best player on the park by a mile.
Incredible. He's a great player, and he's important that we keep holding him during the summer months. That pass from James to Elliot and that finish was just incredible.
Yeah, James, what about you?
Well, I mean, as if you've taken the second assist, I'll talk about the first one. No, we had a little 10-minute period where, me and Matt came on and we got 2 goals from in that period of time, and there was a nice little buzz there when we were kind of, like you say, they were worried. They were, for a team that's been beating teams 18-1 or whatever. They were really worried for a second there, and so that was a really nice moment. I think the fact that, do you know what, in the pub later on when we were talking about it, and we weren't devastated, that was a real highlight, because we could have got hammered. We could have got hammered, but we came together and we did well.
I'm going to highlight the defending. I thought the defending was really good. Chris. And was it Joe at the back? Daily. Yeah, they were so solid. The fullbacks were good.
And there's a technique when the ball's just looped up and you just got to head it clear. It's such an underrated thing to do because it's such a standard part of football. But like Joe was just, how many times just getting his head on stuff and sending it back out.
He was excellent, and then you in goal. I mean, some of the nonchalant saves that you made were just unbelievable. There's one where you just like, the guy whacked it, it was going in, and you just literally just put your foot like that, and it just went, and you just stood up like, I was like, what? How'd he do that? You know, no, he was good. He was good. I had a bit, started a bit more respect for you after that.
My legs are a bit sore. Like, it was one of those things. I had exactly
good performance.
That. I used to play week in,
Hold
week
on,
out.
but some things just reminded me, however, right?
There's always a but.
There is a but in this, where you went up. Now let me just say this, right? There was nothing wrong with you going up right in the last minute to try and get your head on that to try and get us a last minute thing. But if you miss that, you've got to run back. You don't just jog back so that they got an open goal.
I'll be perfectly honest with you. I thought it was the last minute. We had the corner, and everyone, again, in the WhatsApp group, we had a bit of a joke about it. I said, listen, I'm coming up. So everyone's like, go on,
Paul. Waving you up.
Fucking go ahead, I'll go for it. So I went up, and James put the corner in, and it looked destined to be. It was floating to my head, and the keeper comes out and claims it like a knobhead, like a technically proficient knobhead, and claims it, and I was like, and I thought, the referee's going to see this is descending into farce. I'm up the pitch, what's the point? Blow the whistle, ref. I had a little dance in front of him to stop him kicking it. He surprised the life out of him because he didn't know I was there. And then he goes up and I started to jog back and I thought, no, and he slotted it in. That's on me.
And did you see some of the blatant fouling that we should have had another penalty in that game as well. Yeah. And some of the blatant holding back. There was one time we had a quick throw in and that we had like a 2-on-1 and they just grabbed the. They
I would say that there was
Like
fouling.
clutching at straws a bit
There was fouling on both teams.
The highlight for me, it was Sam from United People's TV when we conceded the 4th or 5th in the second game.
Who's after your job, by the way?
Threw his clipboard in the air in disgust.
It was brilliant. He just, he's gone and was like, oh shit, and he just threw it up in the air.
I do feel like that. Yeah, that was like Footy
good,
Writer went and goal in the second half of the second game, and I'd sat down, I was cooling down. And then I was called back into the fray for the collapse. I feel I was thrown under the bus in the end there. But you know what? Ultimately, I you know, if you haven't gone and seen them, go and check out the first games on Spencer's channel right now, where we warmed into it. You know, it wasn't our best performance, but the best performance we put in by a mile is the second game, which is on this channel, this very channel right here, right now. Go and check it out. You can watch the full thing, see all the highlights for yourself, make your own call. Analyse it and come back here and let us know how you thought we'd got on.
Just the start of Ball Street FC as well.
Exactly, first game. I think very positive steps in a bold new direction for Ball Street and everyone involved in that. So let us know your thoughts on that. If you haven't done so already, do subscribe to the Ball Street YouTube channel.
Ball Street FC versus #United, the inaugural match for the Men in Black. Let's see what that internet sensation Spencer has to say about it.
We've got a body of content out that people can watch and essentially use to scout. So yeah, they might come with a game plan to mark a certain player or whatever. You know, like